Hello, Verbling.com. Welcome to another English class offered to you by Verbling.com, where you can connect and practice with a native speaker instantly. My name is Geoff Watson. I am originally from Vancouver, Canada, but I'm talking to you from Santiago, Chile, in South America. And so this hour for the class, we are going to be doing some reading. We are going to be talking and expressing our ideas and opinions about the growing global population. Right now, the global population is estimated at 7 billion people. And they're saying that shortly it will increase to 9.5 billion people. We are also going to be doing some listening, and we're going to be answering some questions about our own countries. I know that Canada has lots of room for more people to come. So please practice your English or your French and come to live in Canada. We need more people to come live in Canada. So if people can please connect, and just if people can keep their microphones muted so that we don't have noise in the background. Welcome everyone. And what I wanted to do was to say hello to each person and give them a chance to introduce themselves. And the question for this class is, do you think your country will benefit from an increased population, whether an increased local population or an increased global population? Okay, and I'm just trying to keep people's microphones muted. So please keep your microphones muted so that we don't have any background noise. Okay, great. And so, Aliban, hello, how are you?
Hello, how are you?
Welcome.
Thank you.
Please introduce yourself.
So I am Aliban from Algeria. I am a translator.
Great.
Nice to meet you.
Yes. What languages do you translate?
I translate into Arabic, French, and English.
Wow. Okay.
And I
Congratulations.
speak Spanish.
Okay, excellent. And then how do you think an increasing global population or national population will affect your country? Will it benefit your country or will it have a negative effect?
It will have both negative and positive effects. For the positive effects, we will have foreigners in our country, and we will exploit their experiments, human and cultural experiments. For negative aspects, we will make the opportunity for native people in Algeria less than the foreigners.
So some of the native people?
We need people. We need people from abroad to know, because it is as I worked with foreigners, I learned a lot of from them.
Okay, good. Thank you. Great. And thank you. Great. Christophe, hello.
Hello. Hi, teacher.
Welcome back. Please introduce yourself to this group, and how will an increasing global or national population affect your country?
Yes. Hi, everyone. I'm Christophe Delanvie. I'm from France. Hello, everyone. Yes, let me say something about the last your last class. I found it very very important, but unfortunately I had a problem. I couldn't participate. So here in France, the immigration it's a vast subject that we talk about it in every election, presidential election.
Good, perfect. Yeah, presidential election.
Presidential election. So let me talk about it very briefly. Yes, I think, in my opinion, there is a lot of kind of immigration. For me, for example, I think the student immigration it's a good immigration.
Good.
And there is also a commercial immigration. It's a good immigration, but there is a kind of immigration that is not, how to say, allowed by the government. Yes, I think
it's not allowed.
It's not allowed. Yes.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Yes.
Right. So controls, reasonable controls on immigration. You believe in that?
Yes.
Great.
I think I believe in that.
Thank you. Excellent. And Fabricio, hello. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. You?
Things are great. So please introduce yourself to this group, and what do you think about the negative or positive effects of a growing global and national population on your country?
Okay, I'm Fabricio from Argentina. I'm 25 years old. In my opinion, I think that growing population would be great here if that people were, well educated or something like that. But Argentina is a country that have lots of students that prefer going abroad instead of keeping here, So I think it would be great for our country to accept more people from foreign countries that are well prepared to lead this country to something better.
Okay, no, great. And just people who are prepared, excuse me, people who are prepared to succeed and do well. Yeah, I agree. Excellent. And hello, Kian. How are you?
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Welcome.
I am Kian. I am from Egypt.
And your reaction to the question?
I think the growing population is a great problem which face humanity because the resources are limited, but people increase every day. I think the amount of water or amount of clear water is limited.
It's limited.
Egypt nowadays we face this problem, but until now we didn't make use of our resources well. I hope we will use our resources well, and the growing population will be positive, not negative, if we make our resources, make use of our resources well.
Yeah, in English we talk about managing the resources well. Yeah, great, because they are limited. Yeah, excellent, great. Thank you, Kian. And Mario, hello, welcome. You need to turn on your microphone, Mario. You need to click on the icon of the microphone.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Perfectly. Please,
okay.
Welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Mario. I'm from France. Okay.
Yes, and your reaction to the question of a
what is
growing
the
global...
question? Because I just get it.
Okay. We're talking about the growing global population.
Okay.
And so, do you think that that will have a generally positive or negative effect on your country?
Globally, I can say that it might be a problem during years, you know, and because many people can drive to trouble, you know, problem of much of population can drive to overpopulation and people cannot have enough places to run and things like this. We can see much of kind of example when about population, about traffic, things like this, and I think that could be a problem in the future.
Okay. No, great. And yeah, people talk about that, you know, especially in the cities, because it seems like so much of the world's population wants to live in cities. Yeah. Great. Thank you. And Nafati?
Yes, hello.
Welcome. Please
How are you?
introduce yourself to the group. I'm fine. I'm glad you're here.
Okay. Thank you very much. I am Nafati Ahmed from Tripoli, Libya.
Good. And your reaction to the question?
Yes, I think local population,
Yes, sorry. Local population?
Yes, local population. Most people here came to the capital to live, and that makes many problems in traffic and yes, and something like that. Because most people like to live here in the capital, because they don't find work in their small cities. So
right.
That's very, yes, that's very. That makes difficulties for the government.
No, absolutely, and so I'm great that you people are mentioning that, because that's in some of my questions. So, and great, Geoff, hello, welcome.
Yes, hello. Thank you. Well, I have heard the question, but I think I'll be talking about that from different angle. If we are talking about the increase of the population or the local population, which is caused by the immigration, that's nothing comparing with the global population growth. It's like by the middle of this century, or by the next 40 years, there will be additional like 3 billion. So if you see like that, you have to double the food and double the water, and search for more energy sources. So the number is scary.
Yeah. Okay. No, great. It's definitely a big challenge, and people have said that. Yeah, great. And I wanted to say hello to Mokhtar. Hello. Mokhtar, are you there? We can't hear you, Mokhtar. So I'm going to go to no. I think we've said hello to everyone. So let's start with the reading. This is another presentation of the BBC. And so I'm sorry I haven't mentioned this earlier. Please go to the verbling.com website, and you can look on the live classes page, the introduction for this class, and there is a link there. And where the Verbling chat box is not working, so we can use the Google Hangout chat box. And so I believe the BBC file is called file GW. I keep forgetting the numbers, but I think it's 23. Yes. Okay, so if you can please download that document, because we're going to be doing some talking and some listening. All right. And so let me bring up my version of that file and put on the screen share. Let me get my things working here. And great. And then we have somebody who's joined us. Oh, no, Aliban, you're back? Hello, how are you? Aliban, do you hear us? Okay, we don't hear you, Aliban. And so, Christophe, could you please start reading the text that's on the screen, please? Christophe, we don't hear you. Okay, so what I'm going to do, we've got some connection problems, obviously. So, Fabricio, could you start off our reading? And just if I can ask everyone else to please keep their microphones muted.
Okay. Hello, I'm Alice, and I'm Finn, and this is 6-Minute English. This week, we're talking about population growth and the effects it might have on the world. At the moment, it's estimated that there are about 7 billion people on the planet. It's estimated. Experts make an educated guess at the number of people based on research. If projections are correct, experts think there could be 9.5 billion people by the year 2075. Projections, the estimated number of people calculated by looking at populations, changes over time.
Okay, let's stop there. Excellent, great work. And super job on your pronunciation of the ED words, etc. And so there we have some of the estimates. Great, I'm going to move on to the next person. And so, Kian, are you ready?
Yeah.
Could you please read the next selection of text, please?
Experts say there will be population explosion. Finn, that means dramatic and very fast increase. Alice, so before we find out more, I have a question for you. Finn, how many zeros are there after the one in a billion? A 12, B 9, C 6. Finn, let's guess 1,000 million. A million is 6 zeros, so 1,000. 9 zeros, 9 zeros, as usual. I won't tell you the answer now, but we'll find out the end of the program. So let's
sorry,
so let's see.
I'm going to stop you there, Kian. Thank you.
Oh,
I know that's difficult reading. Sorry, but thank you. And so, Mario, are you ready? Mario, are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Let me move the text down for you, or perhaps you have it there. Sis, could you please read? Could you please read this next selection?
Okay. So let's see how population growth is going to change the way our planet works. The Institute of Mechanical Engineers recently published a report about how technology could help us manage larger population. They say it's the defining challenge of the century. Finn, that's the most important issue in the next 90 years.
Okay, great. And, okay, good, thank you. And so this is a report written by a group of engineers. And so let's see, Mokhtar, are you there? Okay, I'm sorry, we don't hear you, Mokhtar. And so Nafiti, Ahmed?
Yes.
Yes, could you please read the next selection?
Yes.
Thank you.
Here is the BBC environment analyst Roger Harbin. One author of today's report described population growth as the defining challenge of the century, bigger even than climate change. The report says work needs to start now of technological solutions for a world of 9.5 billion people. Many of the practical ideas in the report have been welcomed by development groups. Roger Harbin says that population growth is even more important than climate change. The report says that engineers need to start work now to find technological solutions to provide enough food, water, energy, and homes for 9.5 billion people.
Okay, and let's stop there. Excellent job. And so, just at this point, is there someone who agrees with the report that these are the problems that need to be dealt with? Does someone have a personal comment right now? Please just turn on their microphone and say hi. This is your chance to speak.
Hi.
Yes, okay. Yeah, Fabricio?
Well, I think I agree with this because I think that growing population is a big issue. And well, here in Argentina, I think the climate, for example, is quite stable, so we don't have to worry about it. But yes, there is a problem with the amount of people that is growing every year, so we have to deal with that. I think that I agree with that. I think that climate change is a problem for those countries that really have different weather conditions, and they are quite critical, but not for Argentina, for example.
Right. So you're saying that the climate is quite moderate in Argentina. Yeah. So okay. Yeah. Great. Yeah. Excellent. And then I wanted to say now where are we? So that's sorry. Yes, Joseph. Are you ready?
Yeah, but where exactly?
Okay, and now just let me move it down a bit. And great, if you could read this next section for us, please.
Technological solutions, right?
Please, thank you. Sorry, thanks.
Okay. Technological solution to provide enough food, water, energy, and a home for 9.5 billion people. It's again. Technological solution, that is the use of the technology to invent or improve something. One of the authors of the report, Tim Fox, head of energy, environment, and climate change at the Institute of Mechanical Engineering. He says that engineering have already created technologies which can deal with the challenge of providing food, water, energy, and homes for everyone in the world in the 2075. But one area but one area he says we can try and improve on is wasting less food.
Okay, so I'll stop you there. And just to help you with the pronunciation of engineers, the actual people. Okay, great, thank you. And I'd like to say hello to Carla. Hello, Carla. How are you? Do you hear us? Now you need to great.
Hi.
Now, do you see the text on the screen, Carla?
Yes.
Okay, could you read the words of Dr. Tim Fox, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
The challenge of providing food, water, energy, and homes internationally can be met through existing technologies that are available today. So something like 50% of food is wasted in newly developing countries between the field and the marketplace. Now, here in the highly industrialized countries, we've solved that problem sustainably through the use of refrigeration and transportation mechanisms that are highly optimized, and we waste all our food between the supermarket and our consumption.
Okay, I'll stop you there. And
Okay.
yeah, I just want to congratulate you on your pronunciation. That was great. That was perfect.
Thank you.
And you corrected yourself on optimized. Okay, so I would really appreciate it if someone else would please paraphrase the information in that paragraph. So can you put the information that's in that paragraph in simple words, your own words? Who would like to share that information with us? Repeat that information for us. Sorry, I'm going to wait for a volunteer. Yes? No? I'll help you, I promise. Because that paragraph was very interesting. Almost a topic unto itself. Really? No volunteers? Okay. Yes?
I think it speaks here about the famine. You can say that in English?
Well, sorry, but famine is when people are dying because of lack of food, and the farmers can't grow enough food, maybe because of no rain. He's just talking about the waste of food, and that we will need to stop wasting food.
Yes.
And so they're saying that approximately 50% of the food in the world is wasted. Now, I've read this in other articles, but there's a difference. How are we losing 50% of our food production? How are we wasting food? Yes?
I think people are not care about what they eat. For example, in some restaurants, they waste a lot of food.
Okay, so in highly industrialized countries, yes, that's true. We just throw half of our food away. We don't care.
Yeah.
And so, but what about countries that are newly developing? Where is the food wasted?
Between the field and the marketplace.
Yeah, exactly. And so what we need to do is help them to avoid that food waste. Okay, so great. Let's move on. People were reading, and so Christophe, could you read the next selection, please, that begins with Alice?
Yes, okay. What did their team focus of the Institute of Mechanical engineers say were the true technological improvements we could make to stop wasting so much food. He said we could improve refrigeration and transportation. Dr. Time Folks said that something like 50% of food is wasted in newly developed countries between the field and the marketplace. This would be improved by having better refrigeration
Perfect.
and transportation from the farm to markets and shops. What did he say about developed countries?
Sorry, I'm going to stop you there. Thank you. That's great. And just the word developed with a T sound at the end, as quick as possible. Developed. All right. And so we need to help the developing world with refrigeration technology solutions and transportation solutions. All right. And so the food in the developed countries, rich countries. And so what I'd like to do is go to Fabricio. Could you read this next selection, please?
Yes. In developed countries, the system of refrigeration and transportation has been optimized. That means it has been developed so that it is extremely efficient and can be improved upon. But he says that in highly industrialized countries that are very developed economically, food is wasted between the supermarket and people's consumption.
Okay, great, excellent. And you know, this program is specially designed for English learners, so it does a lot of paraphrasing. Okay, and so what I'm going to do is just bring it to here for now and ask the next person. So Kian, could you read this final part of the audio broadcast? Kian, are you there? We don't hear you, Kian, so I'm going to move on to Mario. Mario, could you finish reading the last of the text, please?
Yeah. That means that people might buy a lot of food at the supermarket but end up throwing it away. They don't consume it. Now, before we go, let's find out the answer to the question I asked you at the beginning of the program. How many zeros come after the 1 in a billion A12 B9C6? I guess B9, you're right.
Well, no, but that's 1 billion.
1 billion.
I wrote the number there. All right, great. And then let's review some of the vocabulary, and I'll help you as always with the pronunciation. And so, Mario, could you please continue and just read these first 3 vocabulary words and their definitions?
Vocabulary and population. The total number of people living in the particular country or region. 1,000 million in some parts of the world, a million.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Experts have made approximate calculation of how much something is likely to be our cost.
Yeah, it's estimated is a phrase that we use often in English. It's estimated that. Okay, great. And now I'm going to ask again, Mokhtar, are you there? No, we don't hear you. So,
Hello?
Oh, yes. Mokhtar, hello.
Hello. Hello, everyone. Hello, teacher.
Good. So I'm going to allow you to read the rest of our vocabulary words. Here they are. Go ahead, please. Mokhtar, do you see the text on the screen?
About what?
Do you see the written text on the screen?
Yeah.
Could you please read that for us?
I don't understand. I do commence. Je dois commencer par pardon.
Okay, no, that's fine, Mokhtar. Thank you. Thank you. And so, Fatih Ahmed? Fatih Ahmed, are you there? Okay, I'm sorry, we don't hear. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay. Could you read the text that's on the screen, please?
I don't see, but I have the text here.
Oh, good. Now, these are the vocabulary words at the bottom, and it begins with projection.
Projection. Projection and exceeded outcome. Explosion. Here, a large sudden increase. Defining challenge. A difficult or demanding task that will shape or characterize related events. Technological solution. The use of technology to solve a problem or find an answer. Refrigeration, keeping something at a constant cold temperature. Transportation, moving things or people from one place to another. Optimized, to have made something become as best as it can be. Consumption, here, eating or drinking something.
Okay, great, thank you. I think those are all of the words. Yes, great. And just for your curiosity, there are some words with red lines under them, and those are the words that are spelt differently between American and British English. And so, for example, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but if I click on the spell check, it shows characterize written with a Z instead of the S. And so those are some of the differences between British spelling and American spelling. But there's nothing that's really important there. All right, so what I'm going to do is turn off the screen share and say hello to everyone. Turn my light back on. And so what I'm going to do now is unplug my microphone and plug in my iPod. And I'm going to play the audio podcast for you so that you can read and listen to the podcast. So it's approximately 6 minutes. That's why they call it 6 minutes, 6 minute English. So enjoy. I will be able to hear you, and I will be able to, communicate with you with the Google chat box. But I can't hear the audio. So enjoy.
6 Minute English from bbclearningenglish.com.
Hello, I'm Alice.
And I'm Finn.
And this is 6 Minute English. This week we're talking about population growth and the effect it might have on the world. At the moment, it's estimated that there are about 7 billion people on the planet.
It's estimated. Experts make an educated guess at the number of people based on research.
If projections are correct, experts think there could be 9.5 billion people by the year 2075.
Projections. The estimated number of people calculated by looking at population changes over time.
Experts say there will be a population explosion.
That means a dramatic and very fast increase.
So before we find out more, I have a question for you, Finn. How many zeros are there after the 1 in a billion? A, 12, B, 9, or C, 6?
Okay, shall I guess? 1,000 million. A million is 6 zeros, so 1,000 should have 3 more. Let's say 9. B, 9.
Well, I'm not going to tell you the answer yet. We'll find out at the end of the programme.
Okay.
Let's see how population growth is going to change the way our planet works. The Institute of Mechanical Engineers recently published a report about how technology could help us manage larger populations. They say it's the defining challenge of the century.
That's the most important issue in the next 90 years.
Here's the BBC's environment analyst, Roger Harrabin.
One author of today's report described population growth as the defining challenge of the century, bigger even than climate change. The report says work needs to start now on technological solutions for a world of 9.5 billion people. Many of the practical ideas in the report have been welcomed by development groups.
Roger Harrabin says that population growth is even more important than climate change. The report says that engineers need to start work now to find technological solutions to provide enough food, water, energy and homes for 9.5 billion people.
Technological solutions. That's the use of technology to invent or improve something.
One of the authors of the report is Dr. Tim Fox, Head of Energy, Environment and Climate Change at the Institute of Mechanical Engineers. He says that engineers have already created technologies which can deal with the challenge of providing food, water, energy and homes for everyone in the world in 2075. But one area he says we can try to improve on is wasting less food.
The challenge of providing food, water, energy and homes internationally can be met through existing technologies that are available today. So something like 50% of food is wasted in newly developing countries between the field and the marketplace. Now here in the highly industrialized countries, we've solved that problem sustainably through the use of refrigeration and transportation mechanisms that are highly optimized, and we waste all our food between the supermarket and our consumption.
What did Dr. Tim Fox of the Institute of Mechanical Engineers say were the 2 technological improvements we could make to stop wasting so much food?
He said we could improve refrigeration and transportation.
Dr. Tim Fox said that something like 50% of food is wasted in newly developed countries between the field and the marketplace. This could be improved by having better refrigeration and transportation from the farms to markets or shops. What did he say about the waste of food in developed countries?
In developed countries, the systems of refrigeration and transportation have been optimized.
Optimized. That means the system has been developed so that it is extremely efficient and can't be improved upon. But, he says, in highly industrialized countries, countries that are very developed economically, food is wasted between the supermarket and people's consumption.
That means that people might buy a lot of food at the supermarket, but end up throwing it away. They don't consume it.
Now, before we go, let's find out the answer to the question I asked at the beginning of the programme. How many zeros come after the 1 in a billion? Was it A, 12, B, 9, or C, 6?
I guessed B9. Was I right?
You're right. Well done.
Fantastic. Very
and
good.
your prize, Finn, is to read out some of the words and phrases we've heard in today's programme.
What could be better? Here we go. Population. Billion. It's estimated. Projection. Explosion. Defining challenge. Technological solutions. Refrigeration. Transportation. Optimized. Consumption.
We hope you've had fun with us today on 6 Minute English and that you'll join us again next time.
Bye.
Bye.
That was 6 Minute English from bbclearningenglish.com.
Okay, everyone, I hope that you can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, great.
Yes.
Okay. So,
Try a bit louder.
yes, it seems after I play the MP3, it seems the volume is a little lower. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
great. So
Yeah.
I have put some questions up on the screen, and what I would like you to do is just to choose any of those questions that you find interesting and that you feel that you can answer. And so don't worry if another student chooses your question. Just please pick one of the questions that you find most interesting and be prepared to answer that. But just first, what I would like to do is just to ask everyone for a quick personal reaction to the story. And so maybe I'll start with Carla. Carla, do you have a personal reaction to the story? And what do you think about the increasing global population and its effect on your country?
I think I agree with what they said. I think the increase of population is a big problem.
Yeah, and where are you from?
I'm from Brazil.
Ah, okay. And so what is the situation in Brazil? Are people coming to Brazil to live? Or are people leaving Brazil? Is the population growing?
Yeah, people are coming to Brazil to live,
Okay.
and then the population is growing.
Right.
Brazil is a very large country, but we don't have problem with space, but we have bad distribution of income. I don't know if it's the right way to.
No, that's perfect. A
Yeah.
bad distribution of income.
Yeah, so that's the main problem about the
Okay.
big population here in Brazil.
Oh, great. Thank you very much for your comments. Excellent. And Christophe, do you have a personal comment about the story?
Yes. Let me only say that here in France we have one of the most large immigration in the world, and we have also one of the most generous social system in the world. So
Yes.
that make a lot of that make a little bit a problem, because the increasing number of people who come here in France that make an issue. Yes.
Right. Okay. Yeah, great. And then Fabricio, a reaction from you, please.
Well, I have to say something against transportation. You know, here in Argentina, the transportation union is the more powerful. They have the power enough, you know, they have the enough power to stop the country to work. You know, when they decide to go on a strike, there is nothing you can do, because they are the best paid here in Argentina, and their leader is very powerful here, that he could stop the country to work. So I think that we would have to take care with them, because they are the leaders here, I think.
Okay, great. And so there will be obstacles in these technological innovations needed. Okay, excellent.
Yes, of course they are not that technological things.
Right. And Francisco, hello, welcome.
Hello, this is Francisco from Mexico City. I just entered to the class.
Yes. So we are talking about large populations, and now we're talking about an increase in global population. But how has Mexico City been dealing with its large population? Has the population of Mexico City been increasing still, or is it remaining the same?
In Mexico, there are many people, and I think it increased the population here in Mexico in a couple or 2 months.
Oh, okay. So the population of Mexico City is still increasing?
Could you repeat that again, please?
Yeah, you live in Mexico City, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and so is the population of Mexico City increasing? Is it getting larger?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
In Mexico City, there are many population and increase every day.
Yeah. Okay. But you have dealt with that quite well. I've been to Mexico City and I was impressed. Yeah, it's amazing. 20
really?
million people. Yeah. That was my opinion. Yeah.
What state?
I'm sorry?
In what state do you?
Oh, well, no, I was in Mexico for 2 years, but I went to Mexico City, El DF. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Impressive. Mario, a personal reaction to the story?
I think about point 7. What do government need to do to encourage more people to live in small community?
Yeah.
I think this, for example, I live in Paris, and there are so many people who rush to Paris because all the job, you can find job only in Paris, you know. If you go outside, it's very difficult to find a job. So many people come to Paris, take to transport, public transport that are very crowded with people, and traffic jam is very difficult also. But I think people don't have choice because there isn't any job outside. It's very pleasant to live outside Paris because it's. I think it's my personal view. I think it's much beautiful compared to a big city with many people.
Much more beautiful. Yeah, excellent. And just the grammar, all the jobs are in the city, or all the work is in the city. Those are two different words. Yeah, great. And Mohammed, hello, welcome. Oops, okay. And I'm going to go to Nafati Ahmed. A personal comment, or if you would like to answer one of the questions.
Okay, I think in my country here in Libya, we don't have very big problem about this situation.
Right.
Because we are a rich country and small population here. But I think in general that's true. Population making difficulties to the world.
Right.
And here we have only problem here that most people came here to the capital. But if local authorization make people live in the other cities, I think everything will be fine.
Yes, local authorities, the local officials.
Authorities, yes.
Local authorities,
yes.
Great, yeah.
Thank you.
And so now what I want to do is just we've got some minutes left to answer some of the questions. So Carla, did you choose one of the questions to answer?
Yes, I can answer the first one.
Great.
Yeah, I think Brazil's population is proportional to its size. Our main problem with our population is not the size of it.
Right. Mm-hmm. And do you see that situation getting better, or staying the same, or getting worse?
Actually, Brazil's population is, I don't know what to say, it's not increasing.
Okay, it's remaining constant.
Yes, yes.
Okay. But what about the distribution of wealth? What about providing education and more work opportunities to more people in the population? Do you see that situation improving?
It's been improving, but we need to improve it more. We still have very big problems.
Okay, no, but good luck with that. And I'm very interested in Brazil, so I'm going to be reading the news and practicing or trying to learn some Portuguese. Christophe, did you want to read one of the questions, or sorry, answer one of the questions?
I think I respond for the third question, last one.
Okay, so then just pick a different question if you can.
Okay. If I can only repeat what Mario said, I think yes, yes, in Paris, yes, there is you cannot find a job in other place apart Paris. It's a little hard and it's a little difficult.
Okay.
Especially for students.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Now, but just let me ask you, how could that change? How could they change that?
I think already in Paris, it began to be a little density of companies there. So if they distribute, yes,
redistribution of some of the companies.
Yes, of course.
Right.
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you, Fabricio. Did you want to answer one of the questions, please?
Okay, I was thinking about the benefits you could get from living in a country where population is increasing. Maybe, for example, I see if you live in Buenos Aires, then you will have a better transportation, how you say, cost.
System? Oh, sorry.
No, I think because...
Cheaper transportation? Yeah.
Yeah, the ticket is cheaper there because there are lots of people using the transportation system. But I think that something that could benefit you a lot, it's that you can share the cost of living with the people who live with you in the same apartment, maybe in the same building, you know.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. No, that's a good idea. I think cities run much more efficiently if there is a higher population density. I think many people have proved that. Okay. And Mario, did you want to answer another question, please? We have 1 minute left.
About the economy that can support my country, I think France is it's really on a good position to help people about this. I just think that the problem is about number of population that increase, and
okay, so the size of the population.
yes,
increase.
the size of the population.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, we're running out of time, so just going to move quickly to Nafati Ahmed. Just a quick final comment, please. Go ahead.
Okay. I want to answer, does your country grow all of its own food?
Ah, good, yes.
Yeah. No, we don't grow too much food here because we don't have so much water resources like rain and rivers and something like that. But we have money we can support our neighbors that have this. So we can share. We have money and they have good water, and so we can help them.
No, okay, no, thank you. And so you are importing a lot of your own food. Yeah, and well, we're going to have to come up with technology that helps people to grow food with less water. So let's end the class, but that was really interesting. Thank you so much for your participation. It was fantastic to hear from people from the different countries. And then I just wanted to say hello to Almir. Hello, Almir. How are you? You need to turn on your microphone, Almir. You need to click on the screen. There's an icon of the microphone. I'm sorry, we don't hear you, Almir, and so you'll need to sort that out. You'll need to fix that technical problem for the next class. Thank you to all of you. All the best, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Au revoir.
Bye-bye.
Excellent work. Very interesting discussion.